What's good? It's Chigozy. It's Sunday, January 7th, 2018. And just like how we had at the Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson Airport, they had a propaganda stunt taking out all the power, inconveniencing all the people in the world's busiest airport on a Sunday. They're doing the same thing again, a span of 22 days later at the JFK airport. And we're going to see why this is nothing else than a false flag propaganda event, a Masonic stunt by the numbers. So, as we already said, this happened on the 17th of December. This is happening January 7th. That is, including the end date, 22 days later. And what was the date on what was the reason for the event in Atlanta? It was a power outage. Power 22, reversing the alphabetical order and reducing each letter to a single digit. So P is the 16th letter, 1 plus 6 is 7. Do that same thing when you reverse the alphabet. Water now, we have a water leak, 22. 22 days later at the JFK airport. So then to just further show what we're talking about, when you decode the headline, water leak floods crowded JFK airport baggage claim, you get 253, the 22nd triangular number. So the sum of numbers 1 through 22 gives you 253. This is how your news is every single day. This is why you need to quit believing this bullshit and fight back, take out this federal government. They update their propaganda at 257. 57 is the number for water leak. 57. And that same reverse reduction. See how they've been mainly playing with this method, coding this piece of propaganda? And that's how you can tell that they know what they're doing with these ciphers. It's also the number for Scottish Rite, the false Jews from Revelation, Scottish Rite Freemasons, the false Jew branch of Freemasonry. But looking at the dates of these, we see more. On a date with a life lesson number of 19 and 46 numerology, this is the day of the water flooding now. Blackouts, floods, all this type of prophetic, revelation-based coding. Chaos sums to 19 and 46. Always like to match, and 26. 19, 46, 26. This is how easy it is to understand how your federal government loves to tyrannize you by this numerical Kabbalah. Because you can see they're all about order out of chaos. That's their motto. The Freemasons legitimately go by. And you see how it has gematria of 1926-46. So then you pay attention to a date with this numerology pattern, and then you see what they're reporting in the media. Definitely a chaotic event. Think about all the people. There's a pretty big flood. So many people, delays, all sorts of shit. Baggage getting fucked up. All done on purpose. That's the thing. All on purpose. That means it doesn't have to happen if we take out this federal government. So that was pretty much the main points. It's 22 days later, and then water and power sum to 22. And they, either you don't reverse it or you do. Power now. See that reversing and flipping around game they're doing that I always point out? They're doing it to inconvenience all these people in this propaganda. Of course, they have to say Emilio Mesa traveled from Los Angeles to New York City and said he was frustrated at not seeing his luggage for 13 hours. 13. That's a special number to Freemasonry. The Bavarian Illuminati found with the 13 families, 13 stripes on the flag, 13 colonies. Emilio Mesa. Emilio. See? Caught him red-handed. Anyone who speaks Spanish, anyone of Hispanic descent, you can correct me. But isn't it if there's two L's It's the E sound, or even if you're in Colombia, they say Medellin for Medellin, Colombia. You wouldn't pronounce this Emilio. You wouldn't say the L for the two. And Emilio, that makes no fucking sense. So do you see how they crafted this name, this fake actor? This guy does not exist at all. To give you the 113 gematria, talking about, oh, for 13 hours. Just giving some bullshit witness to make it seem real. Coding him with 113. 67 for Freemasonry. 184. Who's putting this on? Federal government. By the numbers. 85, the reflection of 58. The Freemasons. Operating through the Freemasons 58, like Freemasonry. Unbelievable. This is how you know this is coded bullshit. Absolutely undeniable. There's no way. Emilio. That's not a fucking name. But the Goy will always have something to say to support the Zionist Jews. The luggage pile just keeps growing. 147 like Freemason, like Master Builder. 150 like Illuminati. Symbolic, of course. And then, of course, the New York Port Authority is who's putting this on. They are responsible for this propaganda. So, they did update this Atlanta airport. The last updated at 644. The number for kill 44. Execution 44. It's just a tragic number. Circle 112. Happening again and again. 22, the master builder number, happened 22 days later. Now we have another event. 11 hours of a power outage. This one opened at 3:30 a.m. See? This is the Atlanta power outage. I remember reading in this water leak, I think they said something happened at 3:30. And there's a more updated piece. 1:30, so the temperature was around 15 degrees when the flooding started at about 1:30 p.m., 13. Around 3:30 p.m., the airport announced that the terminal had been shut down. The checkpoints reopened and the power outage at 3:30, and then in the water leak at 3:30, they say that we're going to shut down the terminal. I'm just closing all this, then I get more confused. This is the latest one. We'll go back to that. But you see, 3:30 in this one, 3:30 in that one, 33, Masonry 33, false flag 33. These are false flag propaganda events. You just keep going down the propaganda, you find more evidence. 323, the number for Lucifer, Luciferian propaganda. 204, 24 reflection of 42. So yeah, that's what we saw earlier then. I think this is the latest update, that 553. So here's just another video exposing these tyrants. Every single time, it's so easy to see through the Kabbalah. The New York Port Authority issued a statement via Twitter. Let's see. I just want to see the time they tweeted this propaganda, and then we can leave at 12:53. And then now this propaganda upping at 5:53. 53, the 16th prime. Tisha B'Av 53. That there's something else they coded here that some to could have been this headline. No. It was 134 reflection and then 134 is prime in reverse. Could have been the one I heard earlier, but I mean it's the Tisha B'Av number. That just goes to show there's so much to point out a lot. I just try to point out the biggest examples and kind of find more. And that's why I started out with the 22 days later for the power and water rituals, both some of the 22. I mean, if you want to call it coincidence, there's just something wrong with you. How's that coincidence in life, especially in life, everything else to show? I mean, again, 118 right here. Atlanta is the heart of the U.S. air transport system, and a disruption led to a 1,180 flight cancellations. Cancellation. Once your life is canceled, you are dead. Death 118. The death number, putting it inside that string of propaganda. All I do is go through the propaganda and show example after example after example. Because if I do that enough, then you'll see the pattern I'm trying to show. Look, by 3:30, if I don't have to say it again. 33. And here, this 106. Look at this. Perfect. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The fire caused multiple faults that led to the full blackout at 106. We're talking about Revelation, tributes, Revelation rituals, the book of prophecy, 106, destruction, destroy, 106. Talking about that's when the blackouts happen, you know? Blackout 22. Just like we had power 22. Water, blackout. 22 days later, we have the water leak. Just, just leaves me speechless at these times. Because I just think, like, all right, I know some Goyim just came here and saw that point and is just still like, huh? Like, if you're new, that's different. I'm talking about the people who just straight up will never get it. So cannot process this shit. But if you're new, I mean, you literally should watch a few of my videos at most, and you should be able to get it. I mean, look, another 113. We just explained how they misspelled Emilio's name, Emilio. I don't know how the fuck to even pronounce that. With the 113 in English ordinal. And now look, this tweet from the Atlanta airport at 113. Baba Kamal 113A says it's okay for a Jew to lie to a non-Jew in a legal setting. Baba Kamal 113A. That's why dishonest. Some do 113 like green screen. This is the mainstream media from the Scottish, right? Freemasons. Scottish 113, mainstream 113. Bullshit 113, and politics all the same gematria. Bullshit. S is the 19th letter, 1 plus 9 is 10, reducing 1 gives you 40. Politics, then it gives you 40, 50, 103, 113 as well. That's exactly what it is, a bunch of bullshit from your federal government. This one world order, old world order unit. So that's the thing, it's stuff like that. It's like this should be the one video you need to watch and see that this is really what's going on. You should apply the knowledge then to further, like, watching more videos wouldn't help you past this. That's actually the truth. You know, Jody Green 137 and Jewish Gematria Green D. So we're talking about, so I do flip back and forth between propaganda. So I do apologize for confusing people, but we're on the airport power outage page. But we're just going through it, seeing how, why these numbers are here. So yeah, Emilio was in the leak, and then now in the power outage we have this. I'm just saying it's the same numbers in both pieces. It doesn't matter which piece you're looking at. It'll have death numbers, chaos numbers, 113s. So Jody Green's Delta flight from the Bahamas landed at 1:15 p.m. 115, the number for killing. Killing 115, Masonic 115. BS propaganda. Then Jody Green. You can just do her name and see. 48, 51, like propaganda. 156, like false flag. I mean, it's the number. False flag 48. I don't make this shit up. Conspiracy, 51. And they put those numbers in, false flag conspiracy, and Jody Green, because she's not a real person. This is not a real witness. But guess what? Thousands and thousands of fucking idiots read this shit and was like, oh, Jody Green, I feel so bad for her. Her Delta flight and you landed the 115. Not knowing that she was just a fictional character. No different than Harry Potter. No different than Ron Weasley. Architect 87, legitimately an architected character. I mean, just to mock you. 156 too. False flag again. In the Jewish cipher, route 33, you get 156. Route 48, you don't get that, but you do get very special numbers. That 47, 133, 1370, 33rd prime, government 133, 47, all that. You know, 744 tweet. And remember, the final update time of this piece of propaganda is 644. It's the same shit. 44, kill. Route 44, you get 144, going back to time. I mean, everyone knows how 4 is a number for death, for foundation. So, you know, you think it's a coincidence this gang uses 44 as their kill number? No. You know, I think there's something older in this. Like, there's a reason even why these Asian languages, you know, she and death, and the same thing. I think it's all just based around, like, something very similar, something very old. Just based on how this gang's coding it, based on what I see there. Those are just my thoughts, but what's always undeniable is how this is by the numbers propaganda. Black shaming here and there. Black actors here and there being shamed. You know, maybe not this particular, but it's in general. But you know, this always creates some negative, divisive imagery anyway. At the end of the day, it always shames black people. It always divides them, puts them into a group even more. That's the whole purpose of this propaganda. 17 minutes, or I'm going to end here. Oh, the 1-1. See, this stuff sometimes hard to stop. You just see left and right. 112 is that, like Zionist, like circle, a Super Bowl number. Because he's tilted to the side. It's how they put it in your face. You know, he doesn't wear 2. He probably wears something else. 2 is something. But it's how they like to put it in your face also. Revelation 121. This might be an important piece of propaganda to decode and find out who they're winning. Just like, remember how I was decoding how Ohio State was going to win the whole thing, the Cotton Bowl? And they even had an article that said, oh, can the USC Trojans not leave empty-handed, you know, hinting that, oh, they could probably just come in and just win. But then they had a video that was a minute 17. I was like, oh, well, look, they even straight up tell you here that it's Ohio that's going to win no matter what. And of course they won by 17 points. The 17th state in 2017 by the numbers. You know, anyone who tells me to my face college sports are not fake, they're just revealing themselves as a fucking retard. I clearly showed, like, not only did OSU won, they won by the numbers of Ohio. But, you know, before we get sucked into a Bleacher Report, G is the 7th letter, the 1, 71, Catholic 71. This is the Jesuit order. Oh my God, perfect. You see this? This has to be the Jesuit order brand of propaganda. I cannot fathom how it's not. They have the Saturnian logo, you know, Saturn, the keeper of time, the sun, the keeper of time, the Jesuits, with their red and black, and then the 7th letter, and then a 1, the Catholic Church. Catholic 71, using alphabetical order. There's a Masonic order within there. This is what I'm saying. This is why I love just going down the propaganda and just talking and going on. Because then it just shows all the shit I talk about is right in your face. You know, finishing off with their fucking Phoenix, holding a football, holding the Vesica Pisces. You know, this occult gang of tyrants. Peace out.